potential, what I suggest you do is you can offer different packages, right? For example, hey, look, for $15,000, you can have A, B, and C. For $8,000, for example, you can only have A and B. And the C variable, for example, this can be one-to-one access with you. So instead of being weekly, this can be daily. Or instead of being via email, this can be via Voxer, right? More one-to-one. Don't be scared, because the thing is, people with money potential, they always go with the higher package, right? So this is great because you have the opportunity to make more money. Because, for example, in general, when let's say that I want, Mike, right? Let's say that I want to buy or invest in a coaching program. If I see that we have like two levels, $1,000 and $5,000, but I can deal with the coach one-to-one, I always go pro, right? Because, this is what I like. I know that I get the best out of it. Now, the thing is, if you do this, first, you can make more money, because if she has the money, she will go pro. Second, let's say that she has no money. This higher package, like $15,000, for example, can be higher. I don't know, that's up to you. This will work as anchor, because we'll anchor the price so that she says, you know what? I'm not ready to invest 15K, but looking at 15K and 6K looks like peanuts. Let me go with this. So you make more money regardless. Makes sense? Like, do you see the logic?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. I see the logic. I will say that she's divulged the budget, as in what her annual budget is. What I don't know is when that budget renews. So the federal government, I work for the federal government. The fiscal year ends September 30th, and the new fiscal year is October 1st. And that's when, within weeks of that, is when everybody gets their program money again, right? And everybody's, it's Christmas time, everybody's fat, dumb, and happy. They're ready to go spend. Some smaller governments, local governments, have a calendar year budget session, and they can offset that. A lot of them will, I'll spare you all the details, but they can set it up to any date that they want. So I don't know I know that she's got a budget. It's pretty tight. I'm willing to do the get in the door for a lower amount, and get my feet wet at this and build a reputation, right? Build up that trust-like factor with her even further, and then get recommendations, endorsements, and I've actually already talked to her. I said, hey, look, let's work this on a performance basis. If between now and next year, we, meaning her and I, can show an improvement, right, in the economic status of that county, that will allow her to justify a bigger budget, right, for her, which in turn a bigger budget for me, which is hopefully water the plant and keep it growing. So I'm kind of looking long term on this, and I'm looking at the follow-on work that can come from neighboring counties where I'm the cheaper guy than the $25,000 company, hopefully.
Look, this is a great opportunity, actually. This is a really great opportunity. Another thing that you can do is, once you sign the contract, you can say, hey, do you want to make $2,000 like this? What do you mean? If you know someone else that might be, in the same position as you, so maybe I might be a good help to help them, for example, you can introduce me. If you end up signing a contract with them, I pay you a $2,000 like thank you package. you know. So if she says, so I only need to refer 3 people to get the deal for free, that's awesome, right? So she will sell you. You, I mean, you just have to sign contracts. Actually, you get
Right.
paid to sign contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be sweet. Good
Yeah.
idea. Good thinking.
So always try to understand how can we monetize even more what we are doing, right? So yeah, this can be a good opportunity. But well done, by the way. And as you see, guys, the more you grow, the more you feel confident about the thing that you know and about your potential, the more opportunity come out, right? Pops up like this. Not because, I don't want to go like woo woo, right? It's not because of you, the universe is giving you new opportunity. I don't want to take that route, right? But the thing is,
I'm a woo woo guy, so go for it.
okay, what I'm saying is, the more you are conscious of your potential, the more opportunity you see. Because maybe 6 months ago, I don't know, Darren, I'm just making up things, but maybe 6 months ago, Darren was not the same individual, right, that we have today in terms of knowledge, experience, right? So maybe if the same situation was happening 6 months ago, he was not so confident in offering him as a solution or even think about it, right? So I'm so super happy to see you growing, guys.
Thanks. And I will say, funny that you say it that way, because basically a year ago, I met up with her. Uh, since she left the office right at the time of COVID, typically we have, the office going away party, yada yada, right? It didn't happen. So I had the gift that we had all gotten her at my desk. So I called her and said, "Hey, I want to give this to you, right? Can we meet up?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So I met her, handed off the gift, and she's like, "Well, what have you been up to?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm trying to get out of this job, right? I've started digital marketing work and yada yada." And she's like, "Really? Would you be interested?" Even back then, she said, "Would you be interested in providing some training or some workshops?" And I said, "Give me a year." So here I am. I'm at the year. She's taken this other position, right? She's been elevated. And so, yeah, the dominoes are falling in the right order, right
Awesome.
place.
That's great. Well done. Proud of you, my man.
Yeah, thanks. Now I got to pull it off.
Yeah, exactly. Now you have to take action. And once again, I really love your mustache. Once again. Hey, Grove,
Oh,
how's it going
thanks,
for
man.
you?
It's it's okay. I mean, on sales wise, it's not hot. But I've learned a couple of things. I'm posting uh, content. Posting on. Yeah, I haven't had a sales call. I've got 2 people that booked through my link, and I just saw magically the the bookings appeared on my calendar. That was quite strange. And but the one person was a no-show, even though it was a booked, and sending a reminder and the second person just sent me a message today on booking for next Wednesday. So yeah,
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay. Well, at least the win for the day is that the connection is working today. So we already have a big win actually.
yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
I feel every day. I feel that it's incremental improvements. And I don't know if I was just a minute or so late, but um, me and Anna had a about a 2 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hour session just before we started here. So and
That's
we
great.
sort of role play. I don't know, not really role play, but I um, went through my thing with Anna, and she had a bit of a comment there, and with I think was completely valid. And then so we'll have another exchange where she will go through her um, thing with me, and
That's great.
so
Yeah, that's great. Like if you walk, hey, buddy, hey, look at those two. Hey, my friend, how old are you?
6.
Six?
7.
Seven.
7.
Awesome. Awesome. How are you doing today?
Good.
How are you today?
Good and good.
Good.
Awesome. Hey, what about you? But you look like the same, actually.
Yes, I know I'm his brother.
Are you guys twins?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, all right. Anyway, okay, get it. And let me ask you this, Grube. Like, you told me something that I really love. Like, you see incremental improvements, right? And this is key because oftentimes what we expect is like we change like this. But the reality of things is that it's way better to improve like 1% every single day, right? Of course, it's a little bit slower, but when it start clicking, boom, right? You're unstoppable. Instead of just doing the exploit once at the beginning and then, slowing down a little bit. So this is great. Something that I want to ask you is, based on what we said last weeks, like the last 2 3 weeks, where do you see an improvement and where do you feel stuck at the moment? And then let's see if this is something relatable for the other two, or just tell me, where do you see improvements and where do you see that you feel stuck?
I my currently I feel I don't think it's really sales. It is just more like a uh, day to day daily. It's a schedule, what to do, things to do every day. Um, master master procrastinator. Um, it's a thing that I think many of us struggle in your mind with is yeah. So um, I had a Anna with my conversation. When I was speaking with Anna, she had a lot of the uh, questions that she went through this script from on the 6FA that I haven't gone through that far yet because I'm stuck at a specific at going through the training, but there's a video and I've watched it about this. It's the purposeful content, I think, is some one of theirs, and I've been watching it about 2 or 3 times. So I'm sort of stuck there. Easily I can just go through the whole thing and watch the whole and watch and then just not absorb. But your question is what am I feeling stuck with at the moment?
Yeah. So seems like it's more like the day-to-day process, like knowing
Day
exactly what to do, right?
Yes. No, day-to-day process, knowing exactly what to do. But yeah. I
Okay.
okay.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. What's your goal right now? Like, oftentimes we don't know what to do because it's not clear in our mind what's the outcome that we are looking for, right? So what are you looking for? Is it booking more calls? Is it making sales?
Booking more calls.
And calls. Okay, cool. By the way, this is something that I always suggest to do is trust the process instead of just looking for the goal, right? Because of course you want to make $2,000. That's cool. But the thing is, if you know that if you talk to 10 people and you close two and you make $2,000, your goal should not be to make $2,000. Should be to book 10 calls, right? Because it's a natural consequence, right? Because booking 10 calls, I can do that. Like I just need to talk to, I don't know, 20 people. 5 they say no, 15 they say yes, 5 don't show up, 10 show up, I can close them, and then make 2K. So if you look at things this way, this is doable. And it's also easy to take action on something that looks like doable instead of just procrastinating because you don't feel that you can make it, right? Because generally we procrastinate because it's not clear in our mind what's our goal, first. And second, oftentimes we are trying to do something that we don't like. And that's why we say, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later, let me do this instead. Right?
Yeah.
Makes sense? Do you think that I'm close to your problem?
You're very close to the problem. Yes, that's true. That's true.
Okay. So let's try to look at things like backwards. If your goal is to book more calls, what do you think is going to be the most important activity that you can take?
I think at the moment I think I should be spending more time messaging with messaging with people, trying to get conversations going. Because yeah, what I've found is I've messaged people, and then they just respond to me that not interested, even though, but I mean that is to be expected. It's and then just ask them. I've one or two people I've asked them just I'm putting program just putting a program. One of the people that said not interested, I'm putting my own program together. What would you think? What is the one thing that you could change your business in the next 3 that would improve, that would be most beneficial to your business in the next 3 months? And the response I just get is not interested. So I mean, that is, I thought that is just like another avenue to, even if another avenue to get to a person, or a way that I can assemble some sort of answers. I have questions, and then I can use that as information to generate content with.
Okay, got it. So 2 things I want to show you. The first one is, of course, guys, we are marketers, right? So we don't have to look at things and take it personally. So when somebody rejects us, says, no, I'm not interested, that's fine. Of course, if we message 100 people and 100 people say no, of course it hurts, right? But this is still a feedback. This is a negative feedback, right? This means that what we are doing doesn't work. And this might be because of the offer that's not good enough. Maybe the market, you're targeting the wrong people, because if you offer meat to vegan people, it doesn't work, right?
I think
So,
that might be
when
the.
you-
I think it's something like that. Yeah.
Okay, because if you get a negative feedback, don't get it personally. Like, who cares? Who cares?
No, I just think
I don't know
think,
you. I don't even know. I don't even want to know you, right? So that's fine. You reject me, that's fine, right? So that being said, when you see that things are not working, or if you feel rejected, let's step back a little bit. Let's check the message, right? Let me check the chat. Just a second. To be not interested means not interested right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because oftentimes, they say, no, I'm not interested, because of course they get pitched from, everyone about the most strangest thing in the planet, like crypto trading, everything. So they say, you know what? No, I don't know you. Like, I'm okay, right? This is in sales jargon. This is I'm just looking, right? So it's like somebody entered the shop. Hey, can I help you? No, I'm just looking. I'm fine. They don't want to talk to you because they're scared, right? That's fine. But oftentimes what happens is they always lurk on your content. They check what you're saying, what you're posting, right? So generally, remember this, guys. The more sophisticated is your customer or your target. Let's say, for example, you're targeting B2B or coaches. They're pretty sophisticated, right? They know how it works because they do the same, right? So oftentimes they say, no, I'm not interested, or maybe they never engage, right? So that's why, for example, this is my opinion, it doesn't make much sense to remove all the people that are not engaging with your content, for example, because you never know. Like oftentimes people, it's very, like, it's difficult that I post a comment generally, right? I check people post, I watch videos, I watch live, whatever. it's difficult that I engage with content, right? So maybe if you unfriend me, I don't watch your content anymore, right? And you know, you lost an opportunity, right? So getting back to the point, always try to understand what the market is showing you. Because if the feedback is negative, they don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to take it personally. Okay, no worries. If one day you want to get X, Y, Z, send me a message. I can send you a value video, whatever. Okay. On the other side, the second thing that I want to tell you is, what are you selling at the moment? Like, what's your perfect avatar? Like the perfect customer right now for you, and what are you selling to him? Let's check a couple of things.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And guys,
I-
even if it's not like your specific case, you Darren, you Anna, let's just check the logic that I'm using, right? Because you just change the variables, but the equation it's always the same. Okay. So what's your perfect customer, Rove, and what are you trying to sell to them?
I think that is also part of my problem. My perfect my customer avatar is I would say is estate agents, realtors with residential realtors with a LinkedIn profile, with a disorganized LinkedIn profile, and looking for with some engagement that's using LinkedIn in 30 or 60 days, and they are, of course, everybody I could say looking for leads for seller leads, and because what I've seen is what I've noticed with many sellers is they are looking. I mean, with the realtors, they seem to be only advertising properties for sale, so they don't. There's no engagement or way to attract sellers, because if you're a realtor, if you don't have stock, you can't sell. It's like a shop.
Of course.
And I would I think that's broadly defined what my and somebody who
Target.
can, yeah, and somebody who's not broke, because majority of realtors are broke, but somebody who can afford starter like €500 to 2,000, because yeah, at the moment I think I would just help people for cheap, just to get going. First of all, I'm doing it for free. I'm going on the, so as you know, I've mentioned before, on the case study route, and but ideally it would be something in the €500 to €2,000 region. Somebody who can afford that and see the value.
Okay. Yeah. Let me stop you for a moment. Like, first of all, if you are targeting realtors, like real estate people, a good point when we talk about this niche is that they don't need thousands and thousands of people, right? They just need one good lead, like one owner, right, that is looking to sell his own property or is looking to buy, and that's pretty good money for them, right?
Yeah,
For you, for example,
I
if
call
you
it
close
just
one,
that's call it. You just need one really motivated seller, and you have to find a really motivated seller, and
okay,
convince that person that they can trust you with their most valuable asset, and that is usually their house, their home.
so a good selling point is, you know this niche, right? Because you are a real estate broker, actually, right? You're selling properties, lands, stuff like that. So you know how the mind of a real estate or realtor works, right? So ask yourself, what's the number one thing that I'm looking for right now? It's leads. Okay. So something that you can try to use as, is a reason why they should talk to you actually is, well, this can be a good solution actually. Let me think about this. why don't you create, this can be a good option. Tell me what you think about this. You could create like a short video, like a few minutes, talking about the overview of your strategy, right? Because you're trying to sell them like the leads package, right? So you could create like a video of 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, something super, super simple, where you go over the different phases, right? Hey, I'm a marketer, and my niche is I help real estater to get leads, right? Qualified leads. As you may know, you don't need 300 leads per month. You just need a couple of people ready to sell or buy. You make it a good income. So my process, what I do is this. So you can explain to them how you attract the right people, what you can do for them. That depends on your strategy, actually, what you're selling. The thing is, if you have an asset like a VSL or a video with a value video, for example, what you can do is you can send them a message. You can say, hey, I might have a decent opportunity for you if you have some room for new leads, something like this, right? So let's not fake the report stage, because they use LinkedIn, they use Facebook to make money. We do the same, right? So we're not interested in checking if they have dogs or what's the weather like down there or stuff like this, right? So we can go straight to the point. Hey, I see you have an agency. I see you're real estate agent. Can you manage more leads, or do you need more leads, or something like this, something similar? You know this niche better than me, actually. And then if they say yes, what do you have in mind? And they can say, hey, this can be totally inappropriate, but if you want, I can send you a 3 minutes video where I go over the strategy they use that can be potentially interesting for you, for your business. Cool if I send you the link for the video, nothing to sell you here. Because actually you're not selling them anything. You're just sending the video. And they can watch the video. When you send a long video, you receive a notification that somebody watched the video, right? So when you see that someone watched the video, you can send them a message back and say, hey, I see that you just watched the video. They can't say no, right? What do you think about this? Boom. If they say, wow, it's pretty interesting, then you can say, hey, would you be against taking a coffee over Zoom, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where I can explain to you a little bit more details, and then we can see if this is something that you are open to do, or we can potentially work together, or something like this, right? So the process is pretty similar, but it's a little bit different, right? You can send them a message, and if you use an automated software, for example, I know that you used this in the past for LinkedIn, right? You can be a little more direct, right? Because hey, they don't want to know you. They just want to make more money, right? So you can say, hey, can you handle more leads? I might have a decent opportunity for you. They will respond you because they say, hey, what the hell? Yes, I want to have more leads. How does this work? Yeah, look, if you want, I don't want to stay here and message, like send you messages for 2 hours. Can I send you the link with a video, like 3 minutes video, where I explain to you how this works, and then you tell me if it makes sense to you or not, right? So it's low commitment, right? You're not asking to book a call, not yet. You're just leveraging curiosity, okay? And once you do this, if they watch the video, of course, don't get me wrong. As I said, we always need to test what works, what doesn't work, right? Because maybe we think that offering more leads is key to get their attention, but maybe they just want to find, I don't know, something different, right? This can be whatever. So let's stop here for a second. Does this make sense to you so far? And do you have any question?
Yes, it does make sense. It does make sense. But yeah, there's a lot of things to remember. That's what I'm but it all comes it all becomes integrated with time and practice and doing.
Yeah, just right. Like, oftentimes when we have a lot of information, this is why we feel stuck, because we have so many options and we don't know what to do. And that's why we slow down. And at the end of the day, we do nothing, right? We don't take action. So try this, try to isolate like in silos, right? What's your perfect customer? Now, what's the number one goal for this perfect customer? Getting leads. Awesome. How can you help him? Well, I can show him how to leverage social media to get leads or whatever. Okay, cool. So you can create a video, a valuable asset, valuable video, for example. And this can be a video sales selector, actually, right? You just explain how it works, and you can say, hey, if this, I don't know, look interesting to you, we can open a call. I can show you a little bit more details. Otherwise, I don't even bother.
Okay, I've got a question. I've got a question. If I, for example, if one of the like I would do in the introductory or on a call, I would have a look at evaluate their LinkedIn profile, for example. I can just bouncing it off here. I can, for example, I can record a Loom video and send it off to say I had a look at your Loom at your profile, and here is a couple of improvements that we can make. How we can help you. That's probably also the choice of words. I had a look at your profile. There's a couple of improvements that I could make. For example, you can and I could suggest something that they could do that would make make it easier for potential clients, sellers, and buyers to find you on LinkedIn. Would you object to jumping on a call with me so we can look at it further, or? But then, then there's a bit of there is commitment. If I ask, would you, and they might not feel like jumping on a call at that stage.
Yeah, actually, before looking for commitment, I'd say that we're looking for intent, right?
Yeah.
Because when somebody says, "Yeah, I want to know more," you can say that there is more intent. They want to know more about it, right? So it looks like they are qualified. Always remember this, guys. Let's say that you're running ads, right? Generally, you pay for click. So maybe out of 10 people, you pay $15. And they just check your ad, right? Maybe they don't even respond. They don't opt in. They don't drop a message, right? They don't do anything. You wasted $15, right? Now, the thing is, when you use organic, you don't spend money. So look at this as well. You're not spending money. Yeah, maybe you feel rejected because at the moment you're doing this like manually. But the thing is, you're getting a feedback. Because generally, when you run ads, you see that 10 people click, you spend $15, and then 100 people click, 1,000 people click, and then you spend money. At some point, you say, hey, you know what? This ad doesn't work. Let me change it. Because if you keep pushing something that doesn't work, guess what? Doesn't work on the long run, right? Along the lines of Blake, way of leading into this, would suggest saying, I've looked over your profile, wanted to know if you're interested in some suggestion I have. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one, you know? Getting back to the question, okay, now this is your preferred avatar. Now, what's the offer? Do you have an offer? Let's say that I'm a real estate agent and say, okay, look, I want to have more leads. What can I buy from you? What's the offer?
Wait. Okay, my mouse suddenly this is this mouse that dates back to 2008, so it's come a long way. Anyway, my offer is. That's also my thing is I'm not sure about my okay, what my offer is. My offer is I'm not sure about that. I had from previous experience, or from previous calls, I had the introductory call, or that lasted, I guess, now too long, and I gave too much information, and I spoke with, and then on my very last call, I thought I'm just going to limit it to one thing. For example, just to have a overview of a LinkedIn profile, suggest a profile, and just leave it at that, because if I say more than that, it's confusing and people don't do anything anyway. And my offer was then just to show them how that they can use Sales Navigator, how to find leads on LinkedIn for free. Just to search, number one, and then search, and then the paid version, and then for
Let me stop you for a second. Do you see, guys, when the offer is not clear in your mind, that's what's stopping you, right? Because, your subconscious mind says, hey, you know what? Yes, they're rejecting me, and this hurts. But the thing is, that's even better, because what if they say, yeah, I'm interested? What the hell can I sell to them, right?
That sounds like a dog running after the car, and now they say yes,
It's
and
like-
what the hell?
Yeah, it's like you are being like in this relationship for 2 months with a girl. You like her, but you're really not sure. So you are like scared. What if she says yes? Because the problem is not if she says yes. The problem is if she says yes, because you're not sure yourself if you want to stay with her or not, right? It's a little bit counterintuitive, but this is the problem, right? So oftentimes this is why we are procrastinating on something, because we are not sure about our offer. So we say, hey, you know what? You just book a call, but I'm not sure if my offer will convert or not. Maybe my offer is crap. I don't know. I'm not sure myself. So
You're taking the words out of my mouth there.
yeah, and that's why you fuck around on the sales call. You don't know what to say. You don't feel confident in asking for the money because you don't trust yourself first, right? So let me ask you to Anna and Darren. How do you feel? How comfortable and like, let's keep things easy. Do you have an offer? Yes or no? Easy. Or something that you trust, you feel comfortable with it?
So
Yes, I
I
have
feel-
multiple offers.
yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I've got multiple offers, some more solid than others, right?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, that's cool. Now, of course, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to have one offer only. That if you have few offers, that's cool. The thing is, it's better to have two great offer. Why? Because this can help you to nail a little bit more like the pain, the outcome of your target, right? Instead of having 15 offers, oftentimes it's not really the offers that you have. It's more like I can sell you 15 different affiliate products because, I can sell you whatever, right? So the thing is, always try to understand how can you create a killer offer, because oftentimes it's more the offer than the copywriting thing. Because oftentimes people think that you need to be the master of copywriting, the Gary Bencivenga, the Gary Albert, right? But the thing is, it's way better to have a killer offer that fix your problem, that solve your pain, and then you write like broken English, you write like a 6th grade, stuff like this, instead of being an amazing copywriter, but your offer sucks, right? So that's why something that I want to tell you guys, like the message here is, be sure to have your offer ready, right? And as I said already a couple of times, feel free to share your offer. Like, hey guys, hey Mike, Todd, Blake, you can tag all three of the coaches, right? This is my offer. What do you think about this? And then we tell you, hey, look, I love you, but the offer sucks. Or maybe this is amazing. Just change a couple of things. It's ready to go, right? Because
All
once-
right, we can send the actual offer to which thread would that go to the
Well, I'd say don't overthink this. Like you can use the combo chat, for example, since we are talking here, right? You can use the combo chat. You can tag Blake and Todd. You can tag me, Blake, and Todd. Or if you prefer the copywriting, this is good as well, right? You can tag me, Blake, and Todd. So we can give you like our feedback. Because look, let's say that you reveal this offer to 10 people, right? Only after a few pitch, you can understand if the offer is good enough or not, right?
Yes, this is what we tried today. Grove and I, we had a
See?
mock sales call, and then
But if you do
I
this,
suck at it because it was the first time I was trying to present it, and then I saw where I have the holes that need to be filled in. Yeah.
Mhm. But on the other side, if you use the Supper Hub and you say, hey, Mike, Blake, Todd, what do you think about this offer? Is this good enough? What can I change, right? We can give you good feedback. So you don't have to reveal this offer, to pitch this offer to 10 people in order to understand if it works or not. You can already start offering this new offer or fixed offer to more people, being pretty sure that it's good enough to, to let them give
Okay.
you their money. right?
Great to know.
So just do this. Don't overthink, even if it's not the perfect offer, because the thing is with you, Grove, as well. Maybe you have the training. So if you watch the training, you know how to craft the offer. Or maybe you overthink, you say, okay, but should I do this? Should I do that? Okay, I'll create the offer tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, right? I will ask in the group next week. And then week, 6 months, you never do it, right? So if you feel stuck in some part of creating an offer, for example, ask help. Hey guys, I'm in the process of creating my new offer, but I can't figure out what's my target, or I can't figure out what's the pain, or what's the outcome, right? So don't overthink about this, right? Darren?
Yeah, how about, or what do you think, Mike, about asking the audience, hey, guys, people, folks, what's the one thing, if you the magic wand thing, or what's the one burning question that you have associated with, Grove, associated with attracting customers to real estate or whatever, right? Put it in a Canva post out there on your thing, and see what people come back with, and then form an offer around those responses. I mean, is that Mike, is that a
Yeah, this is a good strategy. The only thing, like the only downside, if you don't do it like the right way, is that, for example, if you give them too much to think about, they don't do it. For example, hey, what's the number one problem for you in your business right now? Maybe out of 50 people, maybe 2 or 3 give you the response. But if you say, what's the most difficult part for you right now? 1, getting qualified leads, or 2, closing sales. Their mind is just, hey, it's not like thinking about the cosmos and stuff like this. It's only 1 or 2. Well, I'm struggling to get leads because I have no sales calls. 1, boom, right? So it's easier for them to give you the answer.
No, that makes
And
sense.
then,
Giving
of course, and then,
yeah.
as you said, Darren, you can investigate a little bit more, right? So if they say 1, you say, oh, hey, thanks for participating to the poll, right? Let me ask you this. When you say they're struggling with getting qualified leads, do you say this because you talk with people with no money, or something else? Or, ask them more questions so you can get a little bit more granular. So out of 5 conversation, 10 conversation, you should be able to understand what's the direction a little bit. But if you give them like easy answer, like this or this, and you can do this multiple times, generally works better, because otherwise people feel like, if you say, hey, what do you like about me? I don't know. or maybe I can ask you, hey, do you think that I'm better in closing sales or doing lead generation? Or closing sales, right? Because it's easier, right? Makes sense?
Yes, now I've seen if you ask people an open-ended question, or if they don't have a choice, they don't know what to answer. You have to. That's the idea that you got. You have to give them a choice, say one, two, or three, and it's sort of, and yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing
Yeah.
is that on a sales call, do the opposite, right? Because if, let's say that we are talking on a sales call, right? And I ask you, hey, Grove, are you struggling to get leads or closing sales? Closing sales, boom. And now the ball is on my court right now, right? Is in my court. So I need to ask you another question. But on the sales call, I should ask you open question. Like, what are you struggling right now? I'm struggling in closing sales. What do you mean by that? Can you please be more specific? Because it's interactive, right? So I need to gather more intelligence, more information. But where we don't have the luxury to manage the conversation, right? To ask questions, getting answer, like collecting feedbacks, right? We need to keep things like simple. That's why generally A or B, getting qualified people, qualified leads out of LinkedIn, it's easy. Yes or false? And people say yes, false, yes, false. So you know that if you start a conversation with those people, you can send them a DM. You can say, hey, thanks for participating to my poll. I'm curious, by the way, what made you say that it's false? What is happening in your business right now? Boom, you have a sales conversation. Cutting the chit chat, the building rapport, who cares? Hey man, what's the problem? Like, I see you said false. Do you mind me asking a couple of questions? Why did you say that? Like, I'm just curious. And then you're already talking about business, right? So not offline, online, but when you don't talk to them like directly, ask like simple question, this or this, yes or no, true or false, right? When you're on a sales call, be more like open question. Tell me more about that, explain me more, or describe me more, right? So you have like more information.
Makes sense. That's that's very helpful. Thank you.
But really, guys, for the next time, please drop your offer in the Sapo Hub, right? So that we can review it for you.
Please, because I thought that, thank you. I've got my sort of my offer that's what I wanted to go with Anna through, but do my whole thing, show her what I do, and so if I say my offer is I write it step 1, step 2, this is what I want to do, or should I just write in?
No, actually, the offer. Look, guys, don't overthink this, right? Because let's say that I'm a real estate agent and I'm looking for leads. I don't freaking care what you do for me. I just want leads, right? So the easy formula can be for $1,000, I give you 25 qualified leads, or you don't pay. Boom. Even if you don't create content, even if you are a total newbie, right? If you drop this post on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever it is, right? As long as qualified people is checking your content, somebody's going to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested. Like, out of 25 qualified leads, generally my closing rate is 30%. Let's be conservative, 10%. Well, 2 people, 2 sales. My commission is $6,000. Wow, it's $12,000. For 1K, that's a no-brainer. Tell me more about that, right? That's why I say it's more interesting, it's more important to have a killer offer instead of doing backflips to create conversations, right? Because this is what we do oftentimes. Because you don't have clarity on your offer, right? But if your offer is, I help you close your first ticket sales in the 30 days, in the first 30 days, Otherwise, you don't pay. Or otherwise, I coach you until you do for free. Right? Or
Okay.
for $99, I will write your next 5 sales emails, for example. It's easy, right? For X, I give you Y. Or in Y time, you get X for Z amount of money, right? In 3 days, I will build your funnel for $200, right? And if you have an offer that it's pretty strong,
When you say the offer, you mean this one liner, just this one liner? Because I thought all of the 3 aspects: the view from the above,
yeah, like this is the framework that you can
and
use.
then the pillars, and then the support.
Yeah, like the thing is, this is the framework that you need to apply to get here, right? Because right now I'm just making up offers, right? And by the way, guys, if you see that someone in the same niche is selling a program or a product or software, whatever it is, and is working, like is crushing it, just copy their offer and change a couple of things, right? Don't overthink. If you see somebody else that is, I don't know, I will give you 5 qualified leads per week for $200, or you don't pay. And you see that a lot of people are engaging, are showing interest. Awesome. I will give you 5 qualified leads, and I will coach you for free on how to close them for $199 per week, whatever it is, right? So just drop something that is already working and model it, tweak it, customize it, right? So getting back to your answer, to your question, Anna, yes, of course, follow the framework to understand what works, like how to get to the real offer, right? And when you are in a sales environment, like let's say that we are on a call and they ask you more question, like, okay, but how do you do that? Like, how does this work? And then you can get more granular. You can tell me about the pillar. Okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But as we said last time, don't talk too much about the deliverables. I will grant you access to the Facebook group, and then I will send you my cheat sheet. And then
because it just of brain, and then they're against it. Yes.
yeah, maybe they say, hey, you know what? I already dealt with someone doing the same thing, and it was bad experience. No way I'm gonna do this video again. So
Hey, Mike, by the way, I saw the recording. I saw the recording of previous call, and you kind of mentioned that you were going to do a video, like going over that you
I
gave
think so.
us. So I just wanted to ask if you could.
yeah, no, the connection was freezing a little bit.
Yeah,
But
it's my
I-
connection.
Yeah, no worries. No, I
But
understand.
I'm
Yeah, the
talking
last time
about you.
said
You
that
were with
when you play
yeah.
the video, right? I was thinking about doing it live, so I can ask you a feedback after each like section. You tell me, guys, what do you prefer? I'll ask you this: do you prefer that I create the training as it is, like, hey, this is the 3 things to cover in a sales call, so you can detach a little bit from the script, right? Or you prefer that I do it live and you can ask me question at the end of it, every section, every phase? What do you think? You pick.
I'm a both kind of guy. It would be cool to watch a video and then have a live section following the video, like the next day or an hour or so later, to have the question and answer session. But
Because what I
ready.
see is that, you know, having just another video, it's just like, you know, adding something to what you already have, right? You already have a lot of videos in 6FA. So, okay, this is just another video, I'll watch it tomorrow. But if we do it live, like, okay, so this is the what hurts, what you're doing right now, what you want to achieve, for example. Do you have any question? Yes, Mike, I think this doesn't work because of X and that. Awesome. So I can create the training a little bit more like specific. So this is what I was thinking. So for you, it's okay both. For you, Grobe, what do you think?
I think both. I would think the live thing would be more. Yeah, I think both, but I tend to go to the live.
Guys, let's do it next week. Okay, next week. So I create like the first part. I will be more concise, right? Because I don't want to take it like 3 hours. Otherwise, we have no room for the questions, right? So first part, this. Do you have any question? And something that you can do, meanwhile, is try to. You can also write down if you have any question, something that happened to you on a sales call, right? So I don't know. I have the feeling that I could have closed that prospect for example, but I screwed up when I was introducing myself, or I screwed up when I was pitching the product. I screwed up with the offer, for example. So I can incorporate in the training something that is even more applicable. Okay. But getting back to Anna, don't freak out in terms of I need to create the first pillar, the second pillar. A killer offer can be I create your Facebook profile funnel in 24 hours for $24. That's it. Right? I will write your 10 email sequence for just $100 in 10 days. Whatever, right? So it's super easy. And you know, guys, the easier, the better. Because there is nothing to think about. Hey, you know what? Look, I've been postponing this freaking 10 emails sequence for 10 years, actually, right? And now this strange dude is willing to offer 10 email to me for just $100. Shut up and take my money. In 10 days, I will finally have my email sequence, because otherwise I'm never going to do that. Or maybe I will create your Facebook profile funnel, automated funnel. I will create your VSL, I don't know, whatever it is, right? For just this, right? Of course.
I get it. It's just, sorry.
Yeah, of course. If you're planning to sell like coaching or $3,000 product, of course, this is different, right? Of course, this is different.
That's the case. That's the case because I want to be prepared for the actual sales call, because I have never ever in my life done a proper sales call from the beginning to the end, the actual offer. So now I'm trying to put up an offer, and it further complicates things that I have different products on offer. So I don't know where to begin with the offer, but okay. So that's why I'm asking, because it will make me feel better to know what I'm doing from the beginning to the end. I know the conversations are not linear. It's not going to go down the way I write it exactly. To picture in my head something that theoretically can work. I will feel 100% better and more confident. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. By the way, in this case, what we can do is just an hybrid solution. What do I mean by that? I mean that you can say, I will, you get lifetime coaching, online training on how to get quality leads, how to close them, and how to make up to $3,000 commission for every sale, for the price of a brand new iPhone, for example. If you're interested, drop a comment below and I'll send you the details. So what people are getting is, hey, I will get access to lifetime coaching or 6 months coaching, whatever it is. And then they will help me, or you will help me, whatever it is, right? To get this, and that for the price of a brand new iPhone. Well, is it the new one like the Pro Max 1500, or is it the base model like the $900, well, at least I know the range, right? I know that the price would be somewhere between 900, 1500 or something like that. You know what? It's not that much. I can make it. So let me just explore the idea, right? You're not revealing the price. So when you have people hopping on the call with you or sending you a message, you already know that they can potentially invest because they know that a brand new iPhone costs from $600 up to 2K, whatever, right? So this is something you can, play a little bit when you create a post. So when you create the 3 pillar, for example, the group coaching, the online training, the one-to-one support with you, you can create an offer that incorporate all the 2 or 3 elements. When you share with them, you can say, hey, look, you can join Blake's program, Post to Close. This is 1,500. With this, you get access to me for free for 30 days. You get access to my personal notes from the 6K mastermind that I joined, yada, yada, yada. And this is a no cost for you because you join Post to Close or Jacob or Mildred or whatever it is, right? So you don't have to talk about everything like the details on the post, public post, because this is just to give them the idea of what they're going to get if they join. You can put in perspective the price, right? You get access to this coaching for less than a Gucci bag, secondhand Gucci bag, whatever, right? And this can help you to put in perspective things because people says, hey, you know what? That's true. Who gives a fuck about a second-hand Gucci bag if this coaching program can help me to generate 5K per month? I can buy like the new one, right? I can buy the suit, you see, or the iPhone. Who cares? Like I can use my second-hand, like it's 3 years old. That's cool. Instead of upgrading my new iPhone, I can join this. You see, of course, not everyone is going to go through this thought process, right? But putting things in perspective can help you to, to close sales faster because you don't have to do the explaining everything, right? Oftentimes it's easier. Let me check the comments.
Okay, yeah.
My offer is profile description on my LinkedIn, Facebook, on my session.
Okay, you know what? I had it in a bit of confusion because I thought my offer was what I thought is the execution part. So the offer
Okay.
is so the offer is in really just the one simple sentence in your profile.
Okay. And guys, always think about this, by the way. Generally, we say that we don't have to talk about the future, right? The futures. We need to talk about the benefits, right? Well, if we go the next level, we talk about the outcomes, right? Because actually the outcomes is a combination of benefits and futures, right? Because if you say, hey, I grant you access to a Facebook group, to my, who cares? Like, it's not 2005 anymore, right? Everybody is used to listen to crap like this. But if you talk, I will help you pay off your mortgage with just applying my 2 hours a day routine to get sales for whatever. The outcome is paying off debts, paying off your mortgage, right? I will help you to gain respect back from your partner because you will make 10K per month consistently, right? This is the next level shit. Because instead of talking about, I will coach you, I will help you with my Facebook group, with my secret cheat sheet or whatever it is, you're talking about the outcomes, right? I will help you buy your Tesla in the next 3 months if you apply my strategy. Whatever
Yes,
it is.
it goes couple of levels deeper on their
Yeah, it's easier for them
why
to
behind
fill
they're
out.
doing it in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, Because if you offer me something and I'm not able to visualize it, this is a problem, right? Because otherwise it's like it's confusion, it's fluffy, right? So always ask yourself, what's the benefit? What's the future? Okay, but most importantly, what's the outcome? Like not the result that they're going to get after joining the program. What's the feeling? How does this make you feel? Hey, you know what? Now that I'm making 5K per month, I'm richer than my neighbor.
You're talking there
Right.
about the feeling. It is the same. Anna, when I was speaking to Anna today, where was I, Anna? At my favorite place, and
Coffee shop
and why go?
Yeah.
And then maybe yeah.
with the best cappuccinos in the world.
Yes, and it may be there's other places, but it's I get a feeling. There's a nice feeling about the place. So just what you're saying there.
Yeah, you see? So always ask
They
yourself.
had the electricity when you didn't.
Yeah, ask if they have the electricity, by the way. You see? So ask yourself, what's the benefit? Okay, but most importantly, what's the outcome? Okay, and what's the pain? Because most of the time, people, they want to get away from the pain more than closer to the benefit, right? So always try to combine, always test different things, like the pain angle and the feeling that is connected to that pain, right? Do you feel like a loser because after joining the third high ticket coaching program, you're still making zero every single month? Try this instead. I have something for you. Boom, I promise you guys, you have like 25 people sending you messages, right? Or maybe talk about the feelings connected to the outcome of, hey, what if you can make 10K per month working 4 hours per day? What would you do with this money? Would you pay off your debt? Would you change your car? Would you change neighborhood, change apartment, or just pay university for your children or whatever it is, right? So always think about the pain and feelings and outcome and feelings, right? Awesome. So let's do this, guys. Next week will be the sales call thing, right? We record it live so you can ask question. Every single block, I stop myself and say, do you have any question? Does it make sense? And bring on the call real life example, right? Even if you have objections, right? Or things that doesn't click or doesn't work or whatever it is, bring it on the coaching call next week, right? So we can do something like in real life. Because I don't want to talk about maybe or try this or that. If you have something real life, I prefer. Okay?
Okay, maybe we can even do with you, because you will be able to correct us on the spot, like we are trying to sell you something.
Okay, some kind of role play, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you have enough time, yes.
Not next week, but I mean in general.
Okay.
Some other time.
Of course. And by the way, guys, as you did, you and Grove, that's amazing. If you want to, do some role play between, you or somebody else, that's amazing, because, the more role play, you can also do this yourself or record yourself. Like the pitch is the most important thing. So once we nail down the offer, for example, so that you can create the pitch, practice the pitch, right? Repeat, role play and record yourself. Because when you record yourself, you can say, you know what, I don't like it. Doesn't sound good, right? So, but if you can do this between you guys, that's amazing.
Yeah, okay.
Awesome. Guys, so please ask for a review in the Supper Hub for the offer, and see you next week.
Okay, thank you, Mike. It
Okay,
was
Darren,
awesome.
nice-
Thank you,
nice to-
guys.
okay,
Darren,
Mike.
Grove, bye.
Last one.
Okay,
Thank you guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Just
Take care.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Recording stopped.